is outrageous, and we've got to get the word out on it. That can stop this crime. And they're killing non-violent, non-radical Muslims en masse, blowing up their mosques, blowing up churches, killing hundreds of thousands of Christians, and nothing is being done. And the system thinks we're so stupid. And as you said, they have bases in Jordan. They have bases in Western Iraq that the Pentagon let them have. They have bases in Turkey. It's come out. And now they're even starting to attack places like Jordan that are their allies. That's how out of control they are. But see, the Jordanian government can now use these guys as an excuse and as a pretext to take Jordanian liberties, just like they can take our liberties here as well. Let's go to that report, Terrorism 101, and back to you, Leanne McAdoo, here at the INFOWARS.com news studios. But viewers out there, you have been shown the true historical breakdown in the last 10 minutes of exactly what's going on. So none of you in the media out there can deny that you didn't know what was happening. None of you in the Pentagon, none of you in the government, and none of us in the public can deny that we were ignorant. This truth is well known now, and it's a war crime. It's purely Machiavellian evil that we're involved in, working with Al-Qaeda to topple innocent regimes, blow up churches, and murder small children.
Hello, your friendly neighborhood patriot here for an episode of How Terrorism Really Works. First off, our terrorist group needs a scary name. Can you say Al-Qaeda? Let's try again. Al-Qaeda. Ah, it does roll off the tongue. Al-Qaeda. It's a perfect name. Now let's say the green piece here represents the terrorists. The terrorists then move into Pakistan or Afghanistan or whatever stan is not under banker control. The media then joins in to hype up the terror threat.
Operates with impunity from safe havens inside Pakistan, conducting cross-border raids into Afghanistan and into Kabul.
Once the terror threat is established, the banksters puppets send in the troops to take out the terrorists they put in there in the first place. Then the bankers install their own dictator to take control of the resources and oppress the people. As a bonus, the banks, via the black ops and intelligence agencies, will then ship the drugs back into the host country so they can imprison their own citizens for using the drugs, make huge profits selling the drugs, which finance other terror operations around the globe, and the cherry on the top is billions upon billions made on money laundering operations for the bankers.
In a sense, you're watching as this opium is being grown. I know it grinds at your gut. How do you deal with it? What are you doing about it?
Well, frankly, this is a part of their culture. So while it might grind in my gut, it's what they do.
And if the citizens of the host country gets wise to these schemes or gets uppity, the banks via media will hype in nuclear terror threats, or an underwear bomber, or a Christmas tree bomber. Any excuse to take the American people's rights. Well, that just about wraps it up for Terrorism 101, How Terrorism Really Works. I'm your friendly neighborhood patriot. And now remember what Big Brother and other authoritarians say. Whatever you do, don't visit INFOWARS.com. Oh no, the control freaks don't like it. Oh.
Coming up, we're being told that these children flooding the borders are our children, and we need to take care of them. But you're going to find out just how much it's going to cost you to take care of these 8-year-old criminals carrying teddy bears.
Alex Jones here to tell you about how you can help spread liberty worldwide while also enjoying what I have found to be the best tasting 100% organic coffee on the planet. For more than a decade, my favorite coffee has come from the high mountains of southern Mexico, where the Chiapas farmers grow their unique shade-grown Arabica beans. We have now managed to secure these sought-after beans in a highly customized blend Discover and try a bag of the Patriot Blend 100% organic coffee at InfoWarsLife.com. This coffee gives you a long, smooth pick-me-up for hours without the headaches and heartburn that so many other coffees give me personally. Hands down, this is my favorite coffee, and it's taken us years to secure connections directly to the Chiapas Mexican farmers. Drop by the site today, order a bag or two, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Available in original or with our immune support infusion blend. You will be supporting a free press, all the while enjoying a truly great-tasting cup of my favorite coffee. Available at InfoWarsLife.com. This is Alex Jones for InfoWarsLife.com. The latest in preparedness is now here. An electrically stabilized colloidal silver solution that can be added to both your home cabinet and preparedness pack alike. Concentrated to 30 parts per million in what has been dubbed the survival silver solution. The new InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver is the answer for you and your family. And it's entirely free of toxic artificial additives that are loaded into many products. The InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Silver is so powerful that it is concentrated into a 2-ounce bottle and is not recommended for extended continual use. This is not a low-grade formula. We are working with one of the top laboratory manufacturers in the United States to bring you the best form of colloidal silver using electrical processes within a base of deionized water for your preparedness storage or your home kitchen. Purchase your bottle of InfoWarsLife.com Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver today and find other amazing supplements at InfoWarsLife.com.
Are you upset about the fact that you've got to get groped down by the TSA in order to fly? Meanwhile, the southern borders are wide open. If so, you might be anti-immigration. That's right. If you are an American who is concerned about having an unsecure border, you're just against immigration altogether, even though, of course, this is a country founded on immigrants. Now, this logic is according to Texas TV news station KVEO-TV in Brownsville, Texas, and they reported that the border convoy is anti-immigration, even though that's a label that the group's organizer, Eric Odom, rejects. He says, not once did we say we were opposed to immigration, or did we call ourselves anti-immigration. As we've stated with pretty much every media outlet that we talk to, we are here to demand a deterrent for bad people or diseased people coming into our country. So now we're labeling Americans who support secure borders as anti-immigration, even though no other civilized country in the world has had such open their borders so widely and said, come on in, as America has in the past few months. There is a legal process for entering this country legally. And of course, some of the things that you've got to check off when you want to come into the country is if you are carrying any contagious diseases or if you are a person who is of good moral character. These are things that you have to be able to prove before you're able to come into this country legally. But of course, supporting legal immigration through proper channels, 2 + 2 is 5, so I guess that means I'm just against immigration because I'm for legal immigration? I don't know. But that's what the media is just trying to spin, is that if you are against this, wide open borders, then you don't care about all the children, because it's just children that are just clutching their teddy bears that we are talking about here. They're seeking a refugee status. That is the heartstrings, the old tug on the heartstrings. But these aren't just children that are coming across the border. While the world is focused on all of these children, we have criminals actually taking advantage of the fact that there are no border agents there patrolling the borders, because all the agents are busy taking care of these children. Now we're talking about criminals like the 2 Mexican nationals who are being charged with the murder of Customs and Border Protection agent Javier Vega Jr. And he was murdered this past weekend in front of his family while on a fishing trip. Now those 2 men had both been deported numerous times, and they'd been living in southern Texas illegally. See, it's not just sweet children seeking refuge. Now, according to Border Patrol agent and Vice President of the National Border Patrol Council, Sean Moran, he says these are not just children clutching teddy bears. We're dealing with something much worse.
These are not people that are just coming here to work as the so-called line is fed to us. These people are coming to do horrible things. And I think the murder of Agent Vega shows what these people are capable of.
Now, Vega's funeral service was held today, and hundreds gathered in attendance, including 300 law enforcement officers and friends and family of the slain agent. So not only are we now seeing states having to pay the price in blood of having an unsecure border, but they're also having to pay for funeral services for this border agent. Also, we've reported on towns going bankrupt, having to pay for the funeral services of unaccompanied minors and other illegal immigrants that don't make the treacherous journey across the border. But that is not all. Now, Texas taxpayers and other states, but here we're just talking about Texas taxpayers, are going to have to shell out approximately $45 million to educate these children that are coming across. In Texas alone, there are about 4,800 of these unaccompanied minors who have been set free. Now, assuming that these minors are not immediately deported, and as we've reported before, they're not going to be because of the backlog, they are expected to enter the public school system come fall. Now, Texas Education Agency General Counsel David Anderson reportedly said that the state pays about $7,900 per student to districts currently. Now, these children are going to come with certain needs like free or reduced lunch qualifications, as well as bilingual or special needs. So we'll estimate about $9,500 per student to be paid to districts. So assuming that all of these 4,800 foreign minors are going to be entering public school, Texas will shell out about $45.6 million to educate these children. And of course, as Breitbart and as INFOWARS has reported previously, there are more than 30,000 of these unaccompanied minors being released into the interior, out into other states where they are being fostered, they're being sent with their families. So be sure to ask where your tax dollars are going come election season. Be sure to call your representative and find out where they're sending your tax dollars. Now, earlier in the week, we've reported that the CDC might not be so forthcoming with the numbers of Ebola cases that are coming to America or even around the world. Now, we've been reporting a lot on Ebola, and Drudge Report has picked up our articles, and once again, the Drudge Report is in the government's mouth, and they are upset about the fact that Drudge Report is causing so much of a panic when it comes to Ebola. This was on Thursday. Samaritan's Purse VP of Programs and Government Relations, Ken Isaacs, criticized Drudge Report for covering the crisis.
Say that Ebola is out of control in West Africa, and we are starting to see panic now around the world. People want to know. I don't know about you folks. I look at the Drudge Report. It can drive a lot of panic. And, you know, there's a guy in New York. There's a woman in England. There's 6 people have been tested in the United States. There are reports that there are 340 Peace Corps workers coming back.
So obviously, Isaacs is talking about even more cases of Ebola that we should be concerned about than even we have been talking about here at INFOWARS. And of course, he went on to confirm the newsworthiness of the current out-of-control spread of the virus by saying, we will see death tolls and numbers we can't even imagine right now. So we're so sorry, Mr. Isaacs, so sorry for reporting about Ebola. So what is it? Is it, you know, we don't want to cause any panic, or are a lot of people going to die? You can't really have it both ways. That's our job here, to report on what you're not reporting on. Now, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has issued its highest alert activation over this Ebola outbreak. They tweeted out yesterday, CDC Emergency Ops Center has moved to level 1 response to Ebola outbreak, given the extension to Nigeria and potential to affect many lives. Now, the last time they issued this was during the bird flu outbreak and Hurricane Katrina. So nothing to worry about here, folks, right? Who can you trust? Well, coming up, we have sent our reporters to go and visit the border convoy. They've caught up with the border convoy. They say that while the protesters are outside protesting against the lax security at the border, the illegal immigrants are inside getting their free bus ticket to Anytown, USA.
The facts are in. The studies are legion. Sodium fluoride and other toxic members of the fluoride family are devastating the health and cognitive ability of the American people. I am extremely excited to announce the exclusive INFOWARS Life Fluoride Shield formulation, fusing 6 of the best documented ingredients from around the world to help the body remove not just toxic fluoride residues from the body, but a whole host of toxic substances. Secure your fluoride shield at InfoWarsLife.com today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Edward Group. Today I'd like to talk about the war on women. You've experienced and heard about the benefits of super male vitality. Now, the new formula has arrived. Introducing the new Super Female Vitality. I have specifically designed this formula to help the body naturally regulate itself